The Avengers are the Earth's mightiest heroes with some of the best action figures of all time. But just as constant change was the norm for their lineup in the comics, it's time to rebuild the Avengers display. Hey y'all, and welcome back to Carbon Scoring, the best place for comics history and action figures. We recently completely overhauled my main X-Men display, and I was so happy with the results, the Avengers needed to be next. Some of these figures date back to the earliest days of the Marvel Legends line, while others, such as this Avengers box set, are over 25 years old. But where to start? How about at the very beginning, with the original Avengers lineup from the very first issue. Okay, these guys look super good together, and there's a huge mix with some of the newest figures in my collection, such as the gold Mark I Iron Man, with some really old ones, like this Toy Biz green variant first appearance Hulk. Mix in the Diamond Select Thor with those Jack Kirby vibes, and I think you have the makings of a pretty solid display. But change is a constant with the Avengers, and this team couldn't even make it through 2 issues together. So let's check out another era with the 90s Avengers. This was a crazy era for the Avengers, where gods and Eternals mixed with Russian spies and medieval knights. But there was one thing that brought them all together: leather jackets. Look, I lived through the 90s wearing our grungy flannel, and I can promise you, it wasn't that cold. We didn't need leather jackets. But in a comics era of style over substance, this would be a defining look. Despite being so utterly cool, they still needed a leader. Oh no, Cap, not you too! Writer Brian Michael Bendis would soon disassemble this group, and a team of new Avengers would form. What an insane idea. Let's take the most popular characters in the Marvel Universe, Spider-Man and Wolverine, grab some of the best artists in comics, and let the hottest writer in the medium take a shot at reinventing the Avengers. This was an incredible time for the book. The interplay between Luke Cage, Wolvie, and Peter Parker drove the story, and I honestly don't think there would have been an Avengers movie without just how popular this book became. It did have to deal with other major stories in the Marvel Universe, which led to Bucky replacing Steve Rogers as Captain America, and the book was eventually felled by another crossover event named Siege, but not before giving way to the next version on this list, the Dark Avengers. After the fall of S.H.I.E.L.D., Norman Osborn formed Hammer and remade the Avengers in his own perverted image, using criminals, murderers, and easily manipulated heroes to erect his dark vision. We've actually gotten most of these cats in the Marvel Legends line, while we're able to fudge in a few others. But however you look at it, I'm not including these imposters in my Avengers display. No, if I wanted Marvel copies of the real thing, I'd go with the Squadron Supreme. Originally created by Roy Thomas and John Buscema, then perfected in the 1989 miniseries by the legendary Mark Grunwald, The Squadron Supreme recently had an artistic update by the pencil of Ed McGuinness, and Hasbro got the core 5 members of the squad to us in short order in 2023. Yeah, they're DC analogs, but they're really good-looking DC analogs. We're about to get to the figures that I chose to display, but what is your favorite Avengers team? Let me know in the comments. And if this look at action figures through the lens of comics history is your thing, give this video a like and subscribe to Carbon Scoring, because we're bringing this to you every week. There have been well over 100 official members of the Earth's Mightiest Team, but hey, I'm a kid from the 80s, so that means my perfect Avengers display is going to lean heavily on the classic team from that era. That means we got to pull out the Comics Bible, the official handbook of the Marvel Universe. This is going to give us the official list of Avengers members in order. Any Avengers display has to start with the big 3: Thor, Iron Man, and Captain America. Thor was a founding Avenger. In fact, it was his brother Loki that originally brought the team together. Iron Man was also a founder, and Tony Stark has financially supported the team, even donating his family manor for the Avengers Mansion. No one is more associated with the Avengers than Captain America, but he wasn't a founder. He joined in issue 4, his first Silver Age appearance when the team thawed him from the ice. The Incredible Hulk lasted only 2 issues with the team, one of the shortest tenures, but he will always go down as a founding Avenger. Henry Pym donned his Ant-Man persona for only the first issue, but this shrinking action is one of my all-time favorite figure displays. He switched to Giant Man with the second issue, and while the HasLab is on the way, I remain impressed with this Toy Biz Build-A-Figure. After a leave of absence, Pym returned as Goliath in issue 28. For those keeping score at home, that's 3 different identities in 2.5 years of comics. Finally, Pym took the guise of Yellow Jacket and became the first Avenger to be expelled from the group for dishonorable conduct. Our final founder, the Wasp, comes in this gorgeous new figure from Marvel Legends. She was actually the chairman of the Avengers when I first started reading comics. The second lineup of Avengers is often known as Cap's Kooky Quartet, where he led a team of Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, and Hawkeye. The speedster Quicksilver was a member of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants before becoming an Avenger. His sister, the Scarlet Witch, is one of the longest-serving Avengers, often considered a mainstay of the team. And Hawkeye was yet another reformed criminal to join the Earth's Mightiest Heroes, but he became the heart and soul of the squad, serving as the team's conscience. 4 more members joined the ranks of the Earth's Mightiest Heroes during the 1960s. Hercules' first Marvel Comics appearance was in issue 10 of the Avengers, but he didn't become an official member until issue 45, during the first Avengers Day celebration. Black Panther joined the Avengers with issue 52, but his motives weren't so pure. He joined to spy on the team and eliminate them if necessary to protect Wakanda. Vision was literally born to be an Avenger. Built by Ultron, he turned on his maker and has become one of the most loyal members in the history of the team. Black Knight first appeared in issue 47, and after assisting the team on several missions, became an official member with issue 71. The 1970s brought more long-serving Avengers into the fold. In classic Avengers tradition, former villain and spy Black Widow reformed and joined the squad in issue 111. Carol Danvers has served on the Avengers under numerous guises, joining as Miss Marvel with issue 183, but she's probably best known on the team as Warbird. In a cringe-inducing move, Falcon was named to the team in issue 148 to fill a government-demanded quota. He quickly quit out of resentment, but later became a valued member. Wonder Man, former criminal, joined with issue 194, and his hijinks with fellow Avenger Beast added some much-needed levity to the book. The awesome 80s added a quartet of female heroes to the team. Tigra joined in issue 211 after responding to a telepathic tryout request from Moondragon and then just turning up at Avengers Mansion. No one has loved being an Avenger as much as She-Hulk, who has racked up the highest body count of any resident of the mansion. This is my Captain Marvel, Monica was carrying the mantle when I started reading comics, and this has rapidly become one of my favorite action figures. Mockingbird didn't actually become a full-fledged Avenger until she joined the West Coast team, but that still hasn't kept me from having a bit of a crush. So we've got our team. Let's go down to the secret lounge and put it all together. I decided to go with these adjustable multi-height display stands. Often jewelry stores use them to display rings and such. They're going to allow for the figures to be at different heights and hopefully keep this display from becoming too crowded. I've got a link below and in the description for where I got mine. Now, let's get to it. I think this turned out to be an incredible display. 24 figures in all. The oldest being the Giant Man Build-A-Figure and the Thor from that same wave, and the newest being She-Hulk. The most expensive right now on the secondary market are the Marvel Select Hulk and the Mafex Iron Man, both of which are going for well over $100. Of the 24 figures, 13 are from 2022 to the present, so nearly 60% of this display has been released in the past 2 years. I hated leaving Avengers like Beast, Hellcat, and Jocasta out, but tough choices had to be made. How would you have set this up? Who would you have included from the other 5 Avengers teams that I put together? Let me know in the comments. And as always, for the best in comics history and action figures, subscribe to Carbon Scoring.